All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and salute honors to you brothers out there preaching his word, sincerity and truth. All right, coming to you another video. I got this article here that grabbed my spirit. I want to do a video on it. The title reads, Loudoun County mom says 6-year-old asked her if she was born evil because she's white. All right. A Loudoun County, Virginia mom said at a school board meeting this month, she pulled her children from the public school system after her 6-year-old asked if she was born evil because she's white. We had specifically moved them out of LCPS due to the swift and uncompromising political agenda of Superintendents William Ziegler and the school board has forced upon us. First, it was in early spring 2020 when my 6-year-old somberly came to me and asked if she was born evil because she was a white person, something she learned in a history lesson at school. The mother said at a school board meeting on October 26th. Video of testimony has since spread on social media. Then you kept the schools closed for a year and a half despite the science indicating it is safe for the kids to return. The mother continued, now you covered up a rape, arrest, humiliated, and falsely accused parents of being domestic terrorists. All right. Loudoun County has faced national attention and condemnation in recent weeks of accusations that it covered up sexual assault reports, as well as continued battles over critical race theory curriculum and classes. Parents are calling resignations of Superintendent Scott Ziegler and the entire school board over an alleged cover-up. All right, well, that's pretty much. Basically, this title grabbed me because, yes, that's the answer, yes. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, according to the Bible. Yes, his whole nation, Edomites, are born evil. Okay, and their indicator of them being an Edomite is a so-called white person. All right, actually, Edom means red. All right, so-called white people are not white; they're actually derivatives of red. All right, from a pink to red. All right. So I don't know who told her that she was born evil, or a spirit got on her and then told her that she was evil. But yeah, according to the Bible, if you're an Edomite, yeah, you're born evil. Scriptures prove it. Psalm 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth their ear. All right, so that's the serpent. Okay, going all the way back, to the garden, you had the serpent there, but the Lord didn't. Back in Eden, Adam and Eve, back in that time, the serpent had pigment. Okay, the wicked had pigment. All right, so there wasn't so-called white people back then. Actually, it was a curse put on Cain, which slew his brother Abel, and Cain had that wicked serpent spirit. All right, and the Lord cursed Cain and took his pigment away. All right, so ever since then, when Esau was born, all right, it was that Genesis 25th chapter. When Esau was born, Esau, had the same curse that Cain had. All right, and that's how you can link it up, because the Lord cursed Cain and the Lord cursed Esau. So that's how you'll know that that's the wicked. All right. Actually, let me get it real quick. Let me get the story on Cain and read a little bit of it. Said, curse, all right. Let me grab some meat out of this. Genesis 4. I might have to start at 1, man. Yeah. Genesis 4:1, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she said, and she again bare his son Abel. Now, this same scenario comes up in Genesis, the 25th chapter, where Jacob and Esau was born. All right, Esau was the firstborn, okay, and Jacob was came after Esau. Okay, the elder shall serve the younger. All right, and that's Genesis 25th chapter. All right, so the same scenario happened. Okay, verse 2, and she again bare his son, his brother Abel, and Abel was the keeper of the sheep, but Cain was the tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, and Abel he also brought the firstlings of his flock and of fat thereof. All right. Now, according to the law, that was the law of bringing offerings, basically doing what Abel did. All right, the sacrifice of firstlings of animals, okay, of sheep. All right, you had sheep, you had doves, okay, goats. But Cain, he did the opposite. He did, he did what was contrary to the sacrificial law. Okay, and that's another indicator of who the wicked is. Okay, the wicked do everything contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments, because they had the law back then. Why do you think Abel brought the correct the correct sacrifice? And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain. And if you look up the word Cain, it goes into the word, the Hebrew word Quran, I think, Quran, if I'm not mistaken, which means dagger or like a knife, sword. Yeah, Quayan. Let's look it up. Nah, this blue letter, they be changing around definitions because the truth coming out, and they wanna throw you off. But actually, Cain means dagger, knife, sword. You know, it's basically a killing instrument. All right, and you can see why he was named Cain. We'll continue reading on, but verse 5. verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? Why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, thou shalt not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. Okay? And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? He said, I know not, I am thy brother's keeper. So there you go. You lied. You lied to the Lord, and he also murdered. He murdered Abel, and then he also lied to the Lord. Okay, so that's a characteristic of the wicked: murders and lies. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth. From thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. So that's that wicked serpentine spirit, man. That was later put in Esau, Edom. Okay, because since the beginning, Proverbs. Let me get this. The Lord created the wicked. He created the bring it out. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yet even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay, so the Lord created the righteous and the wicked. Okay, Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Lord is a balanced, just power. Okay, that's why you have righteousness, or when you have wicked. That's why you have positive and negative. Okay, a balance. I told you that in Ecclesiastes. I'm going to grab it real quick. What's that, 3? All right, to every Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Time to be born and time to die. Time to plant, time to pluck up to the planet. So you just read all that, it's basically balance. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Okay, the Lord created balance in earth. Okay, balance in the universe. So let me go back. I was like Genesis 4, right? Verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain. Verse 13. Yeah, verse 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. Okay, because everybody on the earth was had pigment, had melanin in their skin. It's a lot. Everybody on Earth had melanin in their skin, pigment, okay, of brown skin. So the Lord took his pigment away. So that's why Cain said that everyone that finds me shall slay me. Okay, that's why. Because Cain gonna be the only one with no pigment. All right, so just like today, like some cultures, some nations, you have nations, dark skin, and you have what you call albino, okay, which is basically a person or an animal that lacks pigmentation, okay, and that certain albino is basically cast out of the group, you know. And according, to the Bible, uh, the word for lacking pigment in your skin is basically what you call that? It's Leviticus 13. Let me grab it real quick. Leprosy. Yeah, it's called leprosy. So basically, the Lord stripped Cain's pigment away, thus causing him to have leprosy. Okay? And you read that the law of leprosy in Leviticus the 13th chapter. Read that chapter. All right, I'm not going to go to it. And you can read that, and that's a curse. That's an actual curse from the Heavenly Father. All right, so that's how you know Cain had leprosy. The Lord stripped his pigment away as being a curse. Okay. Um, yeah, basically, yeah, you get the idea. But Cain had that. The Lord gave Cain that wicked spirit, of being a murderer and a liar. Okay. So go to Genesis the 25th chapter. Read that story on Jacob and Esau. All right. You see Esau. He was born without pigment. Okay. He was red all over like a hairy garment. Okay. That's why his name was called Esau. Okay. Esau, Edom. Okay. Now through the spirit, through the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shah through the spirit, that's how we can link up the so-called white man with Esau, Edom, his biblical nationality. Because the characteristics of the so-called white man is the same characteristics that Cain had and that Esau had. All right, and the Edomites, if you read the scriptures. So that's how we can link it up. Malachi chapter 1 verse 2. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yea, you say, wherein thou hast thou loved us, was not Esau Jacob's brother? And Jacob today, all right, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You Israelites today, or you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Esau Edom is a so-called white man. Now, during the process of, the scattering of Israel being scattered amongst the nations, you have Israelites that look like so-called white people. Okay, that's why you have to gauge the spirit according to the spirit, which is the word. Okay, the word is the spirit. So that's why you got the prophets out there, speaking the word, and whoever repents, repents. All right, to Yahweh Shem Shai. It don't matter what color you look like. And your spirit is of an Israelite, because you understand that through a process of thousands of years, you have been scattered amongst the other nations. Now, that goes the same way with Esau. You got Edomites that look like so-called black people, You got Edomites that look like so-called Chinese, Japanese, all right, etc. So the same thing goes on Esau's end, man. Okay. Hey, that's the power of the Lord, man. And the Lord put that stumbling block out there, so you know some Jake won't understand. You know, Jake be looking at the brothers out there, and this brother look like he's a so-called white man, but he's preaching the word, man, and sincerity and truth, a sound doctrine. And that's a stumbling block. All right, the Lord gave stumbling blocks out there so you can get caught up in the trap because you're not a part of the elect. Okay. But continuing on, I just wanted to say that. Continuing on, saith the Lord, yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau. Yeah, so the Lord created Esau, and the Lord hates Esau. The Lord wanted it that way. All right. And Esau is the sword. And you got the same spirit as Cain. He is Cain coming back. He was Cain coming back as Esau. All right. And Esau basically he ran away from his biblical nationality. He's saying he's a so-called white man, Caucasians, all right, Europeans, because that's Esau's nature to be a liar, fugitive, a vagabond. Okay. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Esau said, we are impoverished, but we will return to build desolate places. And hey, this is a desolate place over here, man, in America, man. Great Babylon. Okay, Esau used the back of Jacob to build his cities. All right, so what the Lord going to do? Thus says the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. So soon the Lord's going to throw down this place, America, man. All right. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. And that's what Esau is, the wicked. Okay. And the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. See that? So that's why I read Proverbs 16. So the Lord created, let me go back there. The Lord created the wicked. Proverbs 16:4, the Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay, so that upcoming day of evil is coming. All right. And how about Shemel Shai going to use Esau, the sword, to basically bring that last judgment down on Israel, because you've been sinning. All right, you sinned against the Lord. So what's the wages of sin? Death. Okay, so the Lord's going to use Esau, Edom, to bring that death upon you Israelites. 2/3, man. All right. So yeah, man, this is a interesting article. The first half of it. Interesting title. So that's pretty much all I got. But was edifying. Shalom.